Hey there everyone, how are you today? I bet you are beautiful-tastic as always. Today I have a special video for you. I'm going to talk about the brand new product from xppen, and I will try to cover its main features without going too deep into the super mini technical stuff. I will talk about the technical stuff, but I will try to do it as much as user-friendly as I can. Just to be clear, if it's the first time you're watching my videos, I am not a reviewer, I am not trying to be one. I am a pro user, I'm a professional animator, and everything you see on my channel I made on my spare time. The main idea of this video is more than just a typical review. I'm going to share with you what I've experienced with this specific product for the last 3 weeks, so I know how it reacts in an intensive environment of frame-by-frame animation and some other software. So pretty much I know what I'm talking about, and I'm ready to share my own experience with you, and hopefully it will help you decide if you should or shouldn't invest your money on this product or maybe on a different product. I will talk about it. This is the Artist Display 22 Pro, the latest model from xppen. I must mention that this is not a sponsored video. xppen were kind enough to send me a review unit so I can test it on my intensive workflow. The main reason I chose to do this video is not just to make another typical review. So for the last 3 weeks I have the chance to test this specific product on an Animator intensive workflow, which means if it works for an animator, it works for any artist. It's time to see what's in the box. So let's begin with the most common item of all, the electricity cable, of course. And we will connect it to the adapter box, which is this one, and you will connect the adapter to the screen. And the next item is the USB cable, which you need to connect from the computer to the screen. The next one is the HDMI cable, which you need to connect from your graphic card to the screen. In case you don't use HDMI, you can always use the VGA cable. The next cable is for the Mac users, but I'm a PC Windows user, so I didn't use it. And you get double recharge cables from USB to the tip of the pen to recharge the battery. And this is the amazing glove that I'm using every single day, and I love it. And of course to the legendary new pen holder. Why legendary? Well, in my personal opinion, I think it's the best design so far from xppen. You get the nibs on one side and you get the pen on the other side. Let me show you. Here we go. I present to you the new pen of the Artist 22 Pro. I like the new design and I appreciate the new material because it doesn't feel like a cheap plastic, it feels like a professional digital pen. It's lightweight, and this is the tip where you connect the USB charger. Now the cool thing about the battery in the pen is that whenever you need to recharge it, it takes like few minutes, there is a light in the pen, and it will hold you for a few weeks. And I killed it for the last 3 weeks and still I didn't need to recharge it yet. That's how powerful the battery is. Now back to the pen holder. This part is actually the pen holder. It will hold your pen next to you so you have full access to it whenever you like. And now to the other tip of the pen holder, which have 2 uses. One, it holds the 8 nibs if you need to replace them. And the other is the replacer itself, which is in the middle of it, and all you need to do is to put the pen in the middle part in an angle and pull it gently so you can replace to another nib whenever you need it. And in case you don't know what the nibs are for, let me try to explain. After a while, when you draw with a pen, you will notice that the nibs getting sharper, so you can always replace to another new rounded one, or you can just keep using the sharp one if you like it. Another cool thing that xppen included in the package is an extra pen as a gift, and you can never know when you need an extra pen. And here you get the manuals, the disc on key, and a big piece of cloth to clean your screen. I highly recommend you to use the latest drivers from the website. Now let me tell you about the main features of the Artist 22 Pro. The panel of the screen builds very well, you can feel it when you actually work with it and touch it. On the bottom right of the screen you have 5 buttons to control contrast, brightness and more. The active area of the screen is 21.5 inches. The screen is reflective, there is no doubt about it. In my case, it didn't bother me, I was focused on what I do and I didn't notice my reflection. The glass material feels so good and so smooth that I really enjoy drawing on it for many hours. The screen resolution is 1080p, which is Full HD, and it's an IPS display with an extra wide 178 viewing angle. The flexible stand came installed and all you need to do is to change the angle to whatever suits you. The new pen have 8192 levels of pressures. It's very sensitive. Another major upgrade to the pen is that it's now having 266 RPS. That means that the brush or the mouse sign will follow the pen much faster with lower latency. After everything is connected, the next step is to install the drivers. Visit xppen.com and download the latest driver version. And now it's easy peasy. Double-click the file, press install, let it do its thingy, and that's it. The driver panel will give you some more options, such as checking the sensitivity of the pen, changing the buttons on the pen if you want to reprogram it, and you can recalibrate the screen if you want. Personally, I didn't need to because it came perfectly fine out of the box. So check out the options on the driver, see what you need to change if you need to change anything, and for the rest of the time, just leave it aside. Don't touch it. The very first thing I wanted to test is how the pen reacts to the edges of the screen, and I didn't have any issues. It acts like any other screen, and whenever you go too far, it stops. That's it. My next mission was to test if the Artist 22 Pro can actually talk with Toon Boom Harmony, which is my main software for 2D animation. First, everything was great, but then when I zoomed in, I noticed that the drawing lines are jiggly and wobbly and whatever you wanna call them, and that's not fine. But it was very easy to fix. First, on the xppen driver, all you need to do is to enable the Windows ink. And then, in Toon Boom Harmony, inside Preferences, go to the Advanced tab and check Use Qt Win tab. After that, you need to close Toon Boom Harmony and launch it again. Now, everything should work perfectly fine. From my experience for many days now, Harmony and Artist 22 Pro works perfectly fine together. I had no issues, no bugs, no nothing. It's great. The next thing is probably the most common thing that everybody wanna know, is actually drawing and painting something digitally, which most digital artists are interested in. And in my case, I used Krita, which is an open source free software. You can use it if you like. You can use Photoshop, CorelDRAW, whatever you use, I don't know. I used Krita in this test and everything works amazing. I don't know how to describe the feeling of the new glass material, but for me everything felt much better than the older 22 HD. In a way it feels so much like the 15.6 model, but in a larger scale, because this one is 21.5 inches and I have so much room to work with. I could actually feel and control the pen sensitivity while I'm painting. It's great and it's not just another number. It's a big feature, and if you wanna paint with more control, this is a big advantage compared to the old model, the Artist 22 HD. I should have mentioned that the Artist 22 Pro is actually an upgrade model to the old Artist 22 HD. And since I used it for a long time now, I actually know and feel the differences between the two. During my experimental journey, I did use many other software such as Photoshop and ZBrush and others, and one of them is Blender, which is another great open source free software which you should try if you like. So I started with a simple sphere and it became some kind of a face or something. I have no idea what I did there, but it was lots of fun and I had no issues at all. I did notice in any software that I used, the display colors are vibrant and clear. In my case, I'm using different monitors as a reference for printing or for TV broadcast approval, so I don't use the Artist 22 Pro to accurate the colors. I don't mind about it so much, I just care about the creation process. But don't get me wrong, if you need to change the colors, you can always tweak it from the menu or from a software, and in my opinion this is a really high quality IPS display, so I didn't need to mess with it too much, I only changed the balance, that's it. So instead of talking more about the technical parts which other reviewers will do anyway, it's time to share my own conclusion as a pro user and tell you if you should or shouldn't buy this product. I'll try to make it less confusing and very simple to understand. If you're going to use it as a steady desktop workstation, definitely go get it, there is no doubt. For now, it's the best model out there, and even if you are watching this in the future and there are already new models out there, from my experience with this and other products I tried on the last couple of years, this product is really good and stable, and it's very important that it won't fall apart while you're working. That's why I did my intensive workflow, to see if it's built like a tank or like a trash. In this case, the tank wins. If you're traveling a lot and you're looking for something that you can take with you, this is not the model for you. You better check out my video about the 15.6. I am still using it until this day, and I'm taking it with me to another meetings and stuff like that, and it's doing the job. You just plug it and it's done. This one is perfect for a steady desktop workstation. Now, before you go and order this product or other product, I want to be very clear. Please notice that you may use different software and different setup, and you may have issues like in any other device. I don't know, I tested it on Windows 10 on a PC and with the software that I showed you and a few others. But in case you do have issues, xppen have a great support team and they will try to help you out. Also, I will never ever recommend a product that I never used or if it's a really bad product. In this case, it's a really great one, and for the price, well, if you can afford it, grab it. Now, before you are going to order it, please check out the link on the description. It will take you to the item page and you will see with your own eyes all the technical stuff, all the parts, all the numbers, and of course the current price, because prices may change. Also, look on the description below because I may add a coupon code for extra sales and stuff like that. I will update it whenever I can, so check it out. And if you find this video helpful, please consider to give it a like and maybe even subscribe. Thank you for watching. In the meanwhile, see ya later, alligator. Bye.